I am Cosmic Jessica. This is now going to be the crone initiation phase of astrology. And if you're a man, most likely the warlock phase, especially a spiritual man. But this focuses specifically on the different transits that we all experience as a collective human being and midlife. Crone phase is really going to be those late 40s on, because now we've reached a point where we have either moved into postmenopause, meaning that we haven't had a period or a menstruation cycle for consecutive 365 days, putting us into postmenopause, or we've had to have medically induced menopause through hysterectomy, surgery, so on. One of the most pivotal experiences of healing and beauty that we experience, whether you're male or female, in our lifetime, that is the Chiron return. Chiron return happens between the ages of 49 and 51. Chiron in our chart is the wounded healer. And there is a degree theory out there saying that the degree that your Chiron is shows at the age that wound happened. So for me, it was a 27 degrees. I can't say that at 27 that was a specific time in my life that a wound happened, because my life's been a little wild. I'm not gonna lie. Chiron takes around 50 years to complete an orbit. Once it gets back to that point, we have gained the wisdom and experience of our lives, and in a career for a long time. If we chose to have children, our children are now flying the nest, and now we're empty nesters. We have done the work that our previous midlife transits have called us to do. The ego death of the Pluto square, the illusion and the fog of the Neptune square, the deeply spiritual experience of the nodal reversal, the Saturn square Saturn, and the Saturn opposition, where we're really being asked, how has the work that we've done and the dedication that we've done really supported us around the structures and goals that we've built in our life? So now this is the place where we get to put all of that together. We get to experience healing around areas that we just weren't able to get a full grasp on. To look at the house that Chiron's in is really going to give us an understanding of how that shows up for us. So somebody with a second house Chiron could really have a deep insecurity of their self-worth, deep issues with poverty mindset, because they could have been raised in a very poverty-ridden home, and they could have had a lot of issues around money and power plays. This is a time where you learn to understand that I've gained all of the wisdom and lived experience to be fully autonomous, be able to put myself out there, make the money that I need to make. Fuck you money, fuck you money. You know exactly how to do it. You're healed enough and confident enough that you know that you deserve it. All of those areas. So looking to the house that Chiron sits in is really going to show you how this is going to show up in your life for those 2 years. Mind you, Chiron will transit back and forth, retrograde. So it's a lot of revisiting wounds, healing, nurturing. Of 49 to 51 during our Chiron return, this is also giving us the armor for our crone years. And what I mean by that is that we no longer wear the naivety shield that we had before, because we have now stepped into a space of wisdom. We have stepped into a space of knowing, not just knowing, but embodying. And Chiron return is really a space of remembrance, that childlike joy that we had, that childlike curiosity. And I think a great example of this is that we have age regression really kind of trending right now. And this happens to a lot of people who have experienced CPTSD, and they were unable to live their early youth in a full childlike state. They had to grow up very quickly. During the Chiron return, you may begin to experience that you revisit things that you were able to do as a child. That can look a little goofy to the outside world. Why is a grown woman wearing dress and pigtails? Why is a grown man doing dressing up and doing this and doing that, whatever it is that brings you that childlike joy that you start to explore is very Chiron return. There's no judgment. There's nothing in it because your self-worth is about healing that and about fully expressing it to the world.